The airdrops I am going to talk about in this video are going to be way bigger than TIA, JUP, JITO and Alt all combined together. You know me, if you've been following for a while, normally if I do airdrops, I only farm it with a bot. But what I want to talk about today is bigger than that. And I would invest in even if the airdrop was already out. So for me, it's more like an investment project. But luckily, you can still get in those airdrops pretty easily. By the way, welcome on Handsome Finance, where we study what's happening on chain because it's an open ledger, so we can see all the transaction, who made money, who lost money, and follow the smart money. And this is what I did to find those biggest airdrops. No matcha today. I'm gonna take it later, but we are going to dive in with the data. You see, this graph made me invest in right away, because if I want to know the next big airdrop, the next big protocol, what should I do? Well, I follow the biggest investors. I check the biggest portfolio that have hundreds of millions or at least millions of dollars invested and got significant airdrops. Then I check with the data what's going on. And here I have the dashboard that is the liquid restaking war. If you haven't heard about liquid restaking, you should really reconsider your choice of crypto YouTubers, because this is one of the biggest narrative of this coming bull market, and the biggest actor on it is Eigenleier. Now, Eigenleier have different pools where you could stake your Ethereum or restake your Ethereum in that case. However, they stopped. They say now you cannot stake anymore. So everyone is left not being able to surf this opportunity to have this massive airdrop. I mean, even like you have Coinbase in it, you have everyone is in it. You could restake those one, and I will explain what is the restaking process later on and why it's important. But what do we see? So the actors, everyone is gaining traction, but one is an outlier here. PUFETH. Look at that. 60,000 Ethereum. Second day, 22 Ethereum. And we are now at 123,000. Massive growth. Just appear and took over 2 or 3. It's already in the top 3 and probably going to be in the top 2. And sooner or later, we can even plan on the top 1. Now, what is it? Well, I'm going to explain you, and I will give you all the opportunities will get better and better. But some people will skip it and they will miss it. And then they will cry, and then I can't do anything. And then their girlfriend will slide in the DMs of the people who are subscribed to Handsome Finance. And again, we will have to do the job to keep the women happy. Annoying. Please do it. So first, liquid restaking. It's simple, yet really complicated. The goal is that you can stake your Ethereum to validate the transaction on the network. However, if they were staked there, you can't use them anymore, so you have your capital locked. That's why the blockchain people created the liquid staking, as you know, with Lido, that lets you use your capital. But then they thought, okay, we need the restaking, so to be able to stake it somewhere else. And I like that in the disadvantages, they say complexity, the introduction of liquid staking tokens adds another layer of complexity to the already intricate DeFi landscape. This is the main goal of crypto and blockchain in general. Every time we have a bull market, people start to understand one thing, and everyone who is deep in it, we're like 2 or 3 or even 10 steps ahead. This is the case. The project I want to talk about is Puffer, Ethereum liquid staking supercharged by Eigenleier. So it just makes sense. It's below the Eigenleier. And you can see that we are early because we're on chapter 2. There was chapter 1. Then it's going to be chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5. I don't want you to be at chapter 5 or after that. So please act and just understand all the project that we will see in this video and make the money. You know what really worries me? Is to be the only one after the bull market that have a yacht. It's going to be lonely. It's always lonely at the top. You just have to deposit a bit of ETH on it, then you will get some puff. That's about it. And we know it's early, like I just joined it. I'm already at the rank 900. I didn't even do much. And we can see a lot of Chinese joining it, which is, I choose the dragon, because when you register, they ask you to choose a family, a gang. I don't know what's the purpose of it yet, but I choose the dragon. The process behind it was a lot of calculation, which just thinking like, okay, on the Chinese calendar, it's going to be the year of the dragon. So let's pick the dragon and let's hope that the Chinese people will all put their money into this one. Like this, we will win. But as a good crypto YouTuber, I should say, I analyze the team and I think that the team is really good. Well, how could you know? You never met any of them. Everyone saw that FBF was a good guy and he was not. But what I saw is that Binance invested in it. Binance Lab, they just did it. Now, I'm no genius, but if Binance invests in a project when the token is out, what is the incentive of Binance to list it on their own exchange? Well, it's pretty massive, isn't it? They invest, they got money, they need to dump the tokens. But you're a smart cookie, you're here, so you will be able to profit from it. Talking about Binance, let's talk about someone that is taking a bit of the light of Binance, Hyperliquid, a decentralized exchange, fully decentralized, where you can trade futures, but you can also have some leverage trading, and they don't have a token yet, but they are gaining traction, and I will prove it to you with data. November, we are at 4 billion in volume. December, we double it, a bit more even, we are 10 billion. And January, we are at 17 billion. This is crazy. And Hyperliquid, if you ever tried it, you will see that it's a good exchange. The user interface, everything is good on Hyperliquid. But what I like the most about Hyperliquid is the vaults, because I can just copy trade someone just like that. And one vault is even more interesting to me. It's the Hyperliquidity provider, which means you are going to be a liquidity provider. Normally, this is only available to the big investment funds where they can make a lot of money with it because the return is 100% per year. And to prove you that I walk the talk, I put at the beginning just $1,500. I wanted to test it out when I was really at the beginning. And already I made $500 out of it. It's not bad without having me to do anything. Because I will kind of have a position of a market maker. And one of my good friends is a market maker. He was before in the top 100 traders leaderboard per volume with Binance. And you know what? He told me, wow, Hyperliquid, they're gaining a lot of traction. He tried it. I think it's a good exchange. So just farm your points. You can use my link or whatever you do. If you don't like me, don't use my links. That's it. But you will just get a bonus if you use my links. Plus, as I said, I was really only on Hyperliquid, so maybe you would get even more points with it. And you can see I'm ranked 3000, so it's not that hard to rank high. You can do it too. Just trade a little bit. That's it. You just have to trade a little bit. And probably you will replace your centralized exchange that is shady by a good decentralized one. The cherry on top of the cake for me is that Hyperliquid already have their page on CoinGecko as an exchange. So when they have a token, I guess it will be easily listed on those and then easily listed on Binance. That's the cherry on top, but everything connected. It's a little bit like you met the one. You go talk to her, talk to him, you get the Instagram and you see the profile is locked. You're like, oh, wow. You follow. She accepts your follow request. You see no nudity, all clean. You're like, this is like a gem. I found a gem. And you will be happy. This is exactly like that. What a great analogy, I know. But let's get on to the next one, which is going to be on optimism. The two last ones are as important as the two previous ones, so don't miss any of those. Modular DeFi L2, remember optimism. On-chain economy. Their main selling point, mode, is, I don't know if we say mode or modi. If it's French, it's mode. Mode is building a new on-chain economy that rewards contribution to network growth. Get on-chain referral, sequencer, fee sharing, smart treasury, a lot of interesting function, and of course, 10x lower fees than Ethereum. The way it works is once you connect your wallet, they're going to check all your previous transactions and depending on what you did, you are going to gain a certain amount of points. These points will probably get converted into an airdrop pretty soon. And all the projects we are seeing here, if the airdrop was passed, I would probably invest in it. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care about making $100 or $500 on an airdrop. I want to make a lot more than that. But those projects, I want to be early in it. And they're smart because if you join, again, I have the code for this, 10, and you can earn twice more points just by checking the ecosystem. I think this is a really smart way. Now, you may wonder why Mod was on my radar. Well, let's be a bit capitalistic here. And when you see here, margin, net on-chain profit, and someone is having astonishing profit growth, just like that, compared to Zora, Base, and OP mainnet. That's pretty good. And then here, you see the revenue gas fee. And then here, you see the revenue gas fee paid on L2 growing as well. Profity growing as well. Number of addresses, we are still small, only 36,000. And growing as well. Good daily volume. I was like, I don't need to search a lot more. I understand it. And I'm not taking a big risk. I'm just farming points for an airdrop. Before we go into our last project, which I love because it satisfies my laziness. You may wonder why, but how do you get all those ideas, Antoine? Where do you find those? Well, it's simple. As the blockchain is an open ledger, we said it in an intro, I find a lot of addresses, your best influencers, the biggest investment funds, some big traders, and I just check what they do. And this gives me insights of what is going to happen on the market. You can actually download this list with all the addresses just for free. You click the link in the description and I will mail it to you by email, because if I use the same mail, it's not going to be convenient, but you will get all those. See, it's like I was giving to you my phone with all the phone numbers of everyone that I talk to. I know it's a big gift, but you can get it. So let's talk about our last project, Blast, the L2 that helps you to earn more USD. You know, in crypto, if you have some Ethereum or whatever coin, you could stake them, you could put them somewhere, and you could earn an interest rate on it. Well, the thing is, you still have to move those coins. And me, I'm lazy, I'm French, so I don't always do it. But you know, in the traditional finance, for example, I use Interactive Broker, and then I just send my money there, and then I would gain interest. Well, this is what they do here. Blast L2 will help you earn. So whatever you use on this L2, your tokens, your Ethereum, when they're on this blockchain, you will just get more rewards. That's it. They will do it for you. The staking, all that, you don't have to worry about it, and you will make some passive income. Just like that. For this one, unfortunately, I have a limited amount of invites, so I gave them first to the investors boardroom. It's normal. If you think it's not fair, that's not really my problem. But to gain more points in this airdrop, you just need to bridge at least one Ethereum and bridge more. If you are not planning to bridge at least one Ethereum, please don't use the code, because you're going to block someone else that could really benefit from this airdrop. This is why for me, all those projects will bring you really low risk. The only risk is that the protocol fucked up basically and they lose the funds or they get hacked. But otherwise, you can get the airdrop, and still I think all the ones I'm talking about today are really interesting even in the future to invest in it when the token is out, and on there do a 10x to 1000x. Maybe it will be different by then because it's crypto, so it evolves fast. So of course, subscribe if you don't want to miss out on this. And if you want to understand how I unlock this mindset to be able to use those data, well, you should check out this video, because I explained the story that happened to me when I was 20 and 22 years old. Yeah, that doesn't make me any younger, but anyway, let's not forget one thing. Stay handsome. Ciao.